you guys get out in our field, I'm gonna eat that one. Good morning and welcome back to Brian's farming videos. Just went and checked a couple fields. Everything's looking pretty good shape, so we're gonna go back to planting. Now we are planting ground that was not flooded. This is the first time this ground's been planted, so if you're new to the channel, we had a massive flood about a week and a half ago now. Drowned out some crops, so we are gonna have to replant. We're just not gonna replant them right now. We're letting all that ground dry out as much as we can before we go back in there. Quick lesson for the day: don't park your tender behind the spray trailer, or you'll be moving it. I think it might have been a little muddy last time I planted. In fact, somewhere on here I seen a bean growing. Yeah, right there. I don't think that one's gonna make it. Little bit of sea consultants left. Little bit of Pioneer mixed in. It's like Christmas. All right, BJ's heading up to go turbo till. He's actually going to turbo till one of the fields that we walked through with Bushel Billy. Dad's over here filling the Thunder wagon. Thunder Crick, whatever.
I'm gonna fill up Thunder juice. We got the government juice in, now we gotta put the Thunder juice in it.
Apparently Thunder juice is the diesel fuel. I guess it does bring the thunder when he fills it. And BJ's getting ready to go do some turbo tilling, so I'm gonna hand him this camera and we'll see what he captures.
All right, gang, so we are turbo tilling today, and you will notice there are beans in this field. No, it is not my last day at work. Yesterday we had a friend of ours, Bushel Billy, came up to visit, and we were walking this field, and this is along a highway, and can't really see here, but around this house up here there's a spot where nothing grew, and we got to digging around in the furrows, and there are slugs literally feasting on beans. Some of them, it's just not going to make it. So we were discussing control methods, and slugs don't like sunlight, don't like heat, so we're going to give them a little bit of both today, and Brian's going to be not too far behind to replant. I'm going to take basically a swath down, a swath back. That's going to be 60 feet. Brian's going to come in and make a pass down and back and replant beans on top, and hopefully that takes care of the thing.
I think Dad might have gotten the grass right there. Yep. Playing on his phone instead of watching the planter. Had to have been up. This spot right here where he turboed, there really wasn't a lot of slug damage, but we just went ahead and made a down and a back with it. That way we got some uniformity. All right, getting our replant set up here. How do you guys keep track of replant? Like in my monitors, so I can keep track of how many acres of replant we're doing, I just name this field replant, and every time I get into a replant field, I'm just going to go to that field. That way I have a running total of how many acres we replant. Instead, how I would normally do it, each field has a name. I'd go in the monitor, click the name of that field, and then you have all the data for that field. But I think in this situation, that's how I'm going to do it anyways. One down and back, then we're moving. We are making the big move. We're on a 2-lane highway. It's really busy, and it gets narrow up here, but it's the safest route to get where we're going. Never had any issues so far, but it gets a little sketchy right up here. The road drops off real hard to the right, and there's a bank on the left, and it's a blind turn, so a little less than ideal, but we make do. We survived the drive over. Now if we can just survive the drive up the driveway. Yeah, this driveway's a little narrow. One time Dad about flipped the sprayer right there. Got a dump truck stuck up there widening this driveway out. It about went over. We've never lost a planter or a tractor yet, or almost, so hopefully this ain't the first. But if it is, we'll leave it recorded.
Hey everybody, we got the dozer out. We gotta smooth up these tile lines down here where we put the tile in there in the winter. Gotta try to get them smoothed out so Brian can gotta put fertilizer on them, and BJ can turbo till them, smooth them up after I get them smoothed up the dozers. And he can get them planted, hopefully. Maybe next day or so, hopefully. So we'll go down over the hill and see what we can do. Feel like got my air conditioner on. I think it's gonna work. Hope it's warm.
Well, I've got 2 units dragging up, so let's go see if we got bearings out. Hope so, because we don't have any with us, and we don't have cell phone signal. That'll be fun. Hopefully I can take them apart, clean them out, and they'll be okay again. I don't know. It's the same deal. Things are walking a little bit in and out. The bearing itself is not out, so hopefully we can tighten it up and keep going. We will probably be replacing these with chute blades, I would imagine, because they have a 1-piece bearing and we're clearly not having much luck with these ones. But we're going to try to get by this year with these. We've replaced half the metal on this planter at this point, and really the only ones that are giving us trouble are the new blades. Alright, same deal, but we got it fixed, so back in the cab. Maybe we can eat lunch sometime. Well, we are still planning, but I've had to take that row unit apart, or those openers apart, a couple times now. It has become quite evident that they are not going to work anymore. They're kind of dragging up now. They're not really doing their job all that well. So we only have 1 spare because we've used the other 18. So I'm going to go get parts.
We're just trying to, down here trying to level this up a little bit. Went there with the blade that BJ did there earlier. It's kind of settled. Now we just try to get a little bit over the dirt over top, wet underneath. If I get a little bit over top of it here, then we'll go back over the turbo tail, hopefully smooth it up some. So I try to get that little groove there where it's settled over the top of the tile, try to get it filled in. Some places ain't too bad, then other places it settles pretty good. It surely has dried up the field, I know that. Got a few places that ain't dried up yet, still a lot of spring water. Normally this time of year, this kind of weather we've had, this will still be wet. But all over through here you can see this ground here is always wetter than over in here. Still got one place up here we didn't get, just hadn't started working good yet. It'd take maybe a year for this to really get working good. See, there's a wet spot, it's always been wet. It's drying it up, but it's going to take a while yet.
Alright, we got our parts. Heading back to the planter. Alright, start replacing, I guess. Alright, it's working now. None of those bearings were out, so I don't know what the problem was. I don't understand why I put new ones on, fixed it. Part of me thought maybe it wasn't shimmed properly. I don't understand why it just all of a sudden started acting up if that was the case. I don't know. It seems like if it was shims, the new blades wouldn't have fixed the situation, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm at a loss. I do not understand. If anyone has any ideas, let me know. Alright, the planter is doing good now. Haven't drug up anymore, so I don't know what was going on there. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, this planter ain't working out for you, or you need to get rid of it, but outside of these opener issues, I really like this planter. I like a lot of the design features on this planter. I wish we could get to the bottom of these openers. We probably are going to replace a lot of them with chute openers, like I said, but we just don't have any yet, so just got to try to get through this year. But you know, I really like the design on the case planter with the leading edge. I think it does a good job, and it has precision meters. They're planting great. Right now we're planting a larger Pioneer variety. Didn't even notice. So I mean, the meters are awesome. So, yeah, right now everything's going peachy though. Peachy, peachy, peachy. All right, we have knocked out this field finally. It is 5 o'clock. We got here at noon. It takes an hour and a half to plant this field. But hey, we're done now. We're making some tracks. See what we can make out of the rest of the day. I got 60 acres right beside the house. I'm gonna go plant it. I need to find a ride for my seed tender or have someone bring it to me though. And then we should be in good shape. Down over the cliff we go. exhausting ride. Lots of traffic, but we made it, and we're at the field. Time to go round and round. As Dax would say, hamburgers! Some people call them cows. He calls them hamburgers. That's my boy.
Alright, so we're done with slug patrol. And I'm turbo tilling a field that's going to corn. This was actually adjacent to one of the first fields we used the strip till bar on this year. Brian ran that field, and I don't know if you guys remember when the tillage, the cart, the 28 cart, the tire went flat. Here's where we changed the tire, or removed the tire anyway. At any rate, this did not get strip tilled because it was just so daggone wet at the time, and it never really has dried out through the middle of the field. Got a lot of grass that's trying to die. It's not quite there. It's got a straw mat on it from wheat. Double crop beans last year. A lot of organic material right on the surface and holding moisture in. So we're making a pass today. It's 80 some odd degrees. Sun's beating down. Turning some dirt over, trying to chop up some grass, break up some roots, that kind of thing, and get some air to the soil.
Time to fill her up. I get used to having this seed delivered to me. Got a couple wet places up here. BJ went through them with the Turbo Max, so we should be okay. Might get a little tacky though. We're sending it though. It's now or never. They're going in. It's definitely a little tacky. Whew. Hope we didn't plug up. I'm glad we don't have a ground drive planter. My God. So far we haven't plugged. Gonna cross this little ditch to get to the next one. Don't think we're gonna have to fold up. It's so much work to fold this thing. That's sarcasm. Let's push a few buttons. Yeah, we made it. Perfect. Yeah, we picked up there. We didn't want any of that. I don't think it was going to end well. Alright, we are closing in on the end for this farm. Not much more. It's not even that late yet. Alright, we're going to listen to that for a while because we got a quarter-mile run out of here. Now, one thing we try to do is always put the planter down when we're deadheading out of here just to spread the compaction out a little bit. But the planter doesn't like it. I'm in a field that I've already planted. I don't have the field pulled up on the monitor, so I just shut everything off. Kind of wish I'd have went to the trouble of picking the field again. All right, now the question, can we make this little S-curve right there? We'll see. This crossing could be a little bit bigger. Some people do rock crawling, we go field jumping. Alright, we made it. It's getting a little crowded around here. There's one 1038. I don't know what else is out here, but I'm hoping to park somewhere around here. In a building, preferably. Oh, there's a bulldozer. Guess there ain't a spot. Just park her over here. Need another building. Need another building. We're taking donations. I guess the hood of the 1038 will be inside. Maybe we can at least keep the dew off the windshield. Oh, we forgot something. Thing beeps at you if you don't get all the lights off.